fellers and fellettes. Boy, are we close. Day after tomorrow. 2 days after tomorrow. We're going to Kentucky. We're going to drag the camper down. This is a weird feeling. I mean, it's a weekend, so that's not weird, but in my mind, I don't think it's still kind of set in, but this is the first time in a long time I haven't had a job. That's a weird thought, you know? Like, I've always been a guy who's always had a job. And I will very soon again, once we get down there and get settled. I figure it's going to take us about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And that sucks, because you think about the money you could be making, right? 2 weeks of pay for me, that's a big chunk of money. But I'm not going to harp on that. I'm excited. Things are coming fast, is all a guy can say. So today's Saturday, the 31st, August 31st. I got to run down to the Hobo Freight and grab some tires for my dolly and probably another moving blanket and a couple other things. Can't spend too much. I can't go crazy like I normally do at the Hobo Freight, but gotta be mindful. But I got a couple things I gotta get for the move. Wheels for the dolly, tires. You know, I've had these dollies for, oh God, probably better half of 15 years, and the metal's still in good shape, but the tires just don't hold air anymore. And probably tubes are cracked or something, and I don't know, it just seems more logical to just go buy new ones than mess with trying to find tubes and then taking the wheels and tires apart, and you know, it just seems more logical to just go buy new, I guess is what I'm saying. For $7 or $8 a piece, it, you know. Sometimes I can be so tight you couldn't fit a pin up my ass with a jackhammer, and this is one of those times. So, but anywho's, gonna begin bringing a lot of content your guys' way. We're gonna vlog the move. Oh wow, look at that Moses sandals. That guy's got some money tied up in a boat. We're gonna be vlogging the move. Good, bad, and indifferent, right? The raw footage seems to be what people like in the algorithm on YouTube's and all that jazz, so that's what we're gonna do. So today I got some running around to do. I'm going to my other job. I got to turn in my uniforms and stuff, and then I got to come back and I got to do some work on the camper. I'd like to, I don't know if I'm going to get to, I'd like to go to Hot Rods and Hot Eats this afternoon, this evening, 4 to 7, McChesney Park, Illinois, at the old McChesney Park Mall. I'm going to have, you know, there's going to be lots of guys there I'd like to see one last time before we leave. Even though I'm not leaving Illinois permanently for another week, I'd still like to see people because I'm going to be super busy the next week and a half. Like say Tuesday, a little less 10 with a V8 in it. Tuesday, what is that, the second or third, we're going to drag the camper down to Kentucky, put it on the property, get it set up, stay the night obviously. We'll spend Wednesday visiting with the family, finishing getting the camper set up and stuff. And then we're going to head back Thursday. Without being loaded down, it should just be about a 9-hour drive. Being loaded down, I'm expecting at least 11 or 12 hours with fuel stops and bathroom stops and such. I guess the plus side of it is we'll have the camper on back, so if there's not a rest stop or gas station close, we can just pull over on the side of the road, run back in the camper, and go potty quick. But that's kind of the plan. And then we'll come back Thursday, 8-9 hour drive back. And then I'm most certainly going to have to make another trip because there's just not enough room. Nobody I know. My enclosed trailer will fit the 2 quads, and that's really about it. So I'm going to probably put the kayaks in on top of the quads. We'll put moving blankets over them so they don't get scratched up or whatever. And we'll just try to pack some small things in and around it. I don't want to load it down too bad. I don't know. The old 1500 just doesn't, like, I don't know. It's not overweight. It's well within the tow ratio, or whatever you want to call them. Blank this morning. I'm having a total brain fart on everything I'm trying to say. Within the towing capacities, with the 2 4-wheelers and the weight of the trailer, we're well within the towing capacities. But the old 1500 just, I don't know. I'm starting to think I wish I would have bought another 2500. I miss it because I could tow anything with my own 2500. But anyways, don't want to load her down too much. There's going to be 3 dirt bikes in the bed, plus the enclosed trailer with the 4-wheelers in it. I did sell my little red 4-wheeler. I didn't get what I wanted for it, but I got enough out of it. So that'll help out with the move and stuff, which I'm thankful for. But yeah, so anywho, we're going to, throughout the day, I'll keep popping back in, and then we'll end up putting it all together and making a vidget. But yeah, guys, pretty excited and nervous, but I'll get through it. I believe in good karma. Not a real big religious guy, but I do know, a good friend of mine always says God provides. So, and I believe that. But anywho, we'll check back in here in a bit. Running to Hobo Freight. Ouch. You know, it never fails. I come here, and I always say, here is, well, there, Hobo Freight. I always say I'm not going to spend a ton of money. Nope. Never works. So anywho, $100 later, I went in for just 4 tires for my dollies. You know, the Hobo Freight gets me every time. So, ironically enough, that is actually one of the potential jobs that I might be taking when I get down to Kentucky. Well, it ain't gonna happen. That guy's coming way too fast. So I applied there, and the manager really likes me, likes my resume. I just don't know what it's gonna pay, and that's the biggest problem. Is I'm spoiled. You know, Illinois minimum wage I think is $14 an hour right now or something. Down in Kentucky, which I don't make minimum wage, but I'll get to it here in a second. Minimum wage is like $14 an hour here in Illinois. Down in Kentucky, it's still only like $7.50 or $8 an hour. Now, granted, most places aren't paying that, but that minimum wage affects the higher end jobs, the higher level jobs, if you will, management positions, supervisor positions, what have you. I make quite a bit more than minimum wage in Illinois, but like I say, that still affects pay all around the scale, right? So I'm spoiled here because our cost of living is higher here, our taxes are higher here, housing is higher, vehicles are higher. I mean, I've changed the marketplace on the old face space down in Kentucky already, and I'm already seeing it. I mean, it's a buyer's market down there, but nobody's got the money. Because, well, I mean, people have money, but not like up here, right? So, anyways, I had an phone interview with the guy from Harbor Freight, and he really likes me. And problem is that nobody wants to talk to me. People will talk to me, but nobody wants to give me a conditional offer of employment until I'm down there, boots on the ground. And that's a little frustrating because I was really hoping to have something already lined up going down there. It's going to take about a week and a half, 2 weeks or so-ish to get moved. And then the longer it takes for me to find a job, the longer I'm not making money. And the nest egg gets smaller and smaller and smaller. We're going to have to adjust our lifestyle of living, of course. $20 $20 a day in Starbucks ain't gonna happen anymore for a while, until I get a job again, start making money. But you know, when you go from making $1,500 a week and expecting that and get used to living on that, it's really hard to cut it back, right? Like, I'm positive Harbor Freight's not going to pay $25, $30 an hour or more, you know, especially for somebody new coming into it. I do have an impressive resume, but even still, that's just one of those things, right? But I'm going to have to start somewhere, I guess is my point. So I've got a lot of job experience, not a lot of education, but I'm a smart guy, but no physical education, I guess, no real college. I got a welding degree, I got an automotive degree, but that really don't do much for you these days. But even still, I've made the most money in jobs where no degree was needed. Does that make any sense in this world that we live in? But anywho, I'm just kind of rambling now. So anyways, Harbor Freight's done. Got to run back home. Somebody's buying my dining room table because I decided not to keep it and I'm selling it. So I'm going to run back home because I'm an idiot and forgot it. I'm going to get that loaded up into the truck. And then I got to run my uniforms back to my other job and drop those off and drop off that table. And then I'm going to work on the camper, I think. Then I got stuff to do around the house. But a guy was smart. He got started early. So it's only 9:30, so I'm in good shape. There's one thing, I'm going to sound like I'm bitching because I kind of am. I hate being on a time schedule. Hate it. Because when you got stuff going on, there's just way too many factors that things can happen. Trying to get stuff done, got the table loaded up. That took longer than I expected. Now I'm going over here to my buddy's, and it doesn't look like he's here. So I'm going to hope that he is. Okay. Stand by one. You know, he had other customers there. I kind of wanted to go in and do a little filming with him. And show you guys what he's got in the shop right now because it's super cool. He's got a party bus in the shop that's tiki themed. He's got a G-Wagon in there too. My buddy Joey that does Crazy Joe Wraps in Machesney Park, Illinois, he does custom vehicle wraps. Well, he can wrap anything, but his primary bread and butter is vehicle wraps. But he had other customers in there. Some people don't like being on camera. I wasn't going to invade anybody's privacy. Possibly going to go hang out with him tomorrow for a little bit, just kind of, you know, because I ain't not going to get to see him anymore. But what a guy. I'm not going to say what the item is for YouTube purposes. Obviously, I'm going to lose that bag in the bed, but oh well. He'd given me an item that I specialize in, one of my professions, pew pew, to fix, and I fixed it for him, gave it back to him today before I left. I wanted to make sure I got it back to him, and then he hands it back to me and he says, "Happy early birthday." And just mind-blowing. You know, I've met a lot of really nice, good people in my life, and some of them have come and some have gone. Some have stuck around, and Joey's always been a guy that he's like me, he's a hustler, so he's always working, always busy. And I tell you what, you know, like, I didn't know what to say or think because people don't do that kind of stuff for me. My wife was showered with gifts from her clients, knowing that she's leaving, and my clients, nobody, and I don't expect it. And that's one thing that I've started to say in life is I've got to stop expecting myself and others, because I'm that guy, right? Somebody takes really good care of me, I take care of them. I'm a good tipper. You know, people that have done, you know, gone above and beyond for me, I like to do things for them. My boss didn't even do anything for me from the gun shop, you know, for leaving. My clients at the gun shop, you know, the guy I'm training gave me a really cool money clip with a 45 casing cut down where it's just the, you know, the end cap with the primer on it. I thought that was really awesome. Gave me a camouflage Chicago Cubs hat. I've known the guy for like 2.5 years, and he's a brother in blue. He's a police officer as well, and I thought that was really awesome, you know. And then I had another client text me earlier in the day, hey, what's your adult beverage of choice, you know? PBR and Crown Peach or Crown Apple. And sure enough, an hour later, he's at the shop with a case of PBR and a bottle of Crown Apple for me, you know. So I just don't expect things from people, you know. I'm always going to be the opposite. I'm always going to give, and not expect anything back. So today, Joey doing that for me meant the world. I mean, it's really awesome. I've always tried to be there and help him out when he needed it. When it came to pew-pews, it's just, I don't know, you know. For another friend of mine, he bought some stuff from me a while back, and I told him $500, and he hands me $800 and says, I want to help out with the move. And I'm like, you know, so it does happen. I do have people in my life where that does happen, but it's rare anymore. But anywho, I'm back to rambling. So now onward and upward, we're heading up to Wisconsin. I'm going to drop my uniforms off at the agency and drop off this table for the person that's buying it, and then back to the house. We got other stuff to do. 2014 LML just had a compounds put on it. What size are they?
64 and a 480.
64 and a 480. Holy shit! Damn! In a full-size truck. Holy catfish! Absolute tire slayer. Good Lord. 1,000 horsepower, 1,700 foot-pounds of torque. And those are brand new tires for tractor pulls tomorrow. Sweet baby Jesus. Good Lord almighty, I want a diesel. Well, hey there, fellers and fellettes. How goes it? A guy's feeling a little loopy right now because of the fumes. But I wanted to share this with y'all. Just kind of throwing a video together today. It's going to probably be a little long and probably make people not want to watch it. But, whew, man, I am loopy. Anywho, wait. What was that? There's an earwig in there. I really need to get the mirrors changed out. The glue came through. Anyways, I wanted more storage in the camper. So, this is an older camper, so they finally got with the times and did it themselves, the camper companies, meaning. And the underbed storage became a thing. Don't know why it didn't sooner. Anyways, there was this giant, like, I don't know, probably 20 square foot storage area, only for outside access, which is dumb to me. That's ignorant. So, what a guy did was, and it's ugly because I use scrap materials because I'm trying to save on the money, so I'm saving the pennies. I'm trying to rub pennies together and get whatever the saying is. So a guy is, I used leftover material, so it's a little ugly, so don't judge. But nobody's going to see it but us, so I didn't really care all that much, if that makes sense. But anyways, and I got to clean up still, but hear me out here. So my idea here, fall over. So yeah, I had all that left over. That's caulk. I had all that left over from when I did the camper, or the enclosed trailer rather. All that white stuff there, that white panel board. So I thought that would be great to use, and it is ugly, and I'm going to clean up the caulk after it dries. I'll take a razor blade and clean it up or whatever, but So anyways, what we're going to do is, that's the bottom of the bed. And, well, the box spring and mattress is over there. But, anywho's the way, what I'm going to do is, you know, like the lift struts, like on the back of a, you know, on a car, on an SUV, lift gate struts. I'm going to make it work so we can just lift the bed up and have underbed storage. And like I said, I got to clean. It's ugly, it's dirty, but anyways, yeah, so that's one of the projects I wanted to get done today, and it's pretty much done. I'm going to put the bed back down on it, and I got her good and sealed up. I went overboard on the caulk because I didn't want any bugs coming in, because there is access to the outside. So a guy did go a little heavy on the caulk. There's nothing wrong with that. Used like 3 tubes to be exact, and it got a little messy, but I'll clean it up. And we're the only ones who are going to see it, because we'll be the only ones getting in and out for our clothes and stuff. A guy likes his shoes. I'm worse than a woman, okay? I've got like 30 pairs of those alone in different... And don't get me started on the old school DC court graphics. I've got over 100 pairs of those. A couple pairs of Jordans, so forth and so on. Anyways, and wait. Maybe one day I'll do a video on the shoe collection. So I'm happy where this came from. Boy, I am loopy. Woo, the fumes are getting to me. I'm happy how this turned out. Underbed storage is going to work out really nice. I may take that divider panel out right there. I'll leave obviously the brace in, but just the thin panel. But anyways, yeah, so, you know, little his and hers. It's not split evenly, but that's okay. No big deal. I can throw 3 pairs of shoes in here. It's sealed up tight now, so the Miseses won't be able to get to it, anything, and ruin it and destroy it like they like to do. Hate mice. But just too, you know, like I said, the outside access, you know, bugs can get in, mosquitoes, earwigs, ants. And I've sealed it off pretty dang good. I'm gonna, I gotta go grab a couple more tubes of caulk, and then I'm gonna open up from the panel on the outside excess panel and go in, and I'm gonna caulk from the inside, just to be safe. I'd rather be safe than sorry and have bugs crawling on me while I'm sleeping. But any hoostin' way, don't forget where. I'm pretty happy with this, how this turned out. It's all coming together, and it has to, because we are literally T-minus 2 days. Rest of today, Sunday, and then Monday, and then Tuesday, the 2nd, we're dragging this big girl down to Kentucky and parking her. And it is going to be the homestead. So, I really don't like the camera. They say the camera adds 10 pounds, and they are not lying, let me tell you. Certain angles just make me look like the Marshmallow Man. I'm a little high, if you can't tell from the fumes. But who's the way? Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. It's going to be a little long, but it's just kind of what I got going on. Might jump around a bit. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, on to the next thing. And we're going to have a fire tonight, too, so that'll be fun. But we're going to burn some stuff.